Hey everyone, Kristen David here, and today I am joined by Jaclyn, and we were talking about all the things that we used to do with hiring. And it started off with remembering about sorting all those resumes manually. Remember those days, Jaclyn, when you'd get in all those applicants, you'd have to sit there and go through each one of them?
Yes, and put them into little piles and use sticky notes to put messages to the attorney that was reviewing it with me and the
Yeah.
reject pile.
Yeah, I did that too. We had the sticky notes for each little pile. We had multiple manual emails that we had to do. It just, God, hiring sucked. It really did. It took so much energy in the old days of getting all those emails in, all those resumes, looking through every single one of them. I don't know. It makes me laugh to think back to how silly we used to be with doing that all manually.
Yeah, absolutely. And that how just inefficient it was for our time, just to sit there and review them, print them, mark them up, and you have to read multiple pages. You had no way to really sort through the candidates other than putting them in piles.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, everybody, Kristen and Jaclyn here. I just wanted to jump in and we wanted to start with getting to the guts of what we wanted to talk about the old days of how miserable things were versus how amazing it is in today's day and age for hiring your staff and onboarding and using applicant tracking systems. ATS systems have been around for a number of years, but I got to tell you, nobody knows about them. And it drives me crazy because they make such a world of difference to what we do. So I asked Jaclyn to jump on here and hang out with me today because we talk to a lot of clients and a lot of potential, a bunch of business owners interested in our hiring and onboarding boot camp and our other programs. And so many of them still are like, what's an ATS system? And it's driving me bonkers because like that old sorting resumes manually, like, oh my goodness, it's like kind of dark ages. So, hey, if you are watching this and you know what an ATS system is, give us a thumbs up down below. Tell us what you love about your ATS system. For those that just went through our hiring and onboarding boot camp, they are loving their ATS systems. They've got them all set up and automated. It automates the whole hiring process. So if you love yours, give a little thumbs up down below, give us a comment. But Jaclyn, what I wanted us to do here today is to talk a little bit about what does an applicant tracking system do so that people have a better understanding of why they don't have to be in the dark ages anymore. Do you want to kind of share what's been your experience from transitioning in the old days of jumping into, the old way of manually doing it versus the automations you can do in today's day and age?
The first part that I loved was that I didn't have to get them into my email inbox. So having them in a system means that I choose when I'm looking at the resumes. I'm not getting email alerts with starting off my day with 100 emails from the overnight and that I have to go through, or creating a rule or something to go through them. So I get to go into it when I'm ready to devote that time of my day to looking at resumes. So I'm going in there and looking at the various criteria that I want to look at. And I can choose the pre-screened determinations that I'm going to look at. So I can look at it, whether I'm looking at personality, I'm looking at experience, am I looking at the new candidates only, whatever tags or filters that I've created, I get to review based on that. And then the system that we chose this time around allowed us to even have personality testing. It allowed us to have a DISC profile to know whether that candidate was a good candidate in their criteria that they've established for us, or whether or not it was somebody that had the years of experience we wanted to look at to see what we were trying to hire for. So I think that was my first thing, is not having to get the emails and choosing when I was reviewing that information.
So let me just share a screen. I'm going to pull up, this is from one of our hiring and onboarding This was from our hiring and onboarding boot camp from the last couple of weeks. And I post as part of the examples and what we show people step by step how to use an ATS system. We actually give participants like 250 documents, all the templates, all that, show them how to automate all the emails, the scheduling, all that stuff. But and Jaclyn, you were there in that one too. And we posted in lifetime for the executive assistant package, right? And we had 527 people that jumped in. It was absolutely incredible. I mean, this is, oops, I was trying to do something else here. See if I can do it. Nope. Oh, all right. Maybe I can't. I was going to try to highlight on here, but it's one of those things where we think that we're going to be able to jump in and quickly look at stuff. In the old manual days, that wasn't possible. But here you can take those 527 total candidates and quickly, with just a couple of criteria, whittle it down. And so, yes, you guys, within like a couple of days, we had 527 applicants. And then we turned around and we did these, let's see if I could share my screen again here. We did the examples of the criteria, and that was what allowed us to get down to 9 candidates, from 527 to 9 qualified candidates. And then you can easily move people over to the different stages of the pipeline. And once they go to, for instance, written interview, we set it up so it's an automatic email that goes out to ask the person some written interview questions. And when you move them to a personal interview, it automatically sends a scheduling link and an email. And so it's just incredible how technology and using it the right way can save so much time. Can you even imagine going through 527 applicants these days? Oh.
I can't imagine the amount of hours it would take, right? Yeah, just even to sort, like you can't sort by someone's education if you're printing it. Like you can't sort by their personality.
Yeah, and that's the thing here, is that you can, absolutely get in there and do the education. And yeah, I've got to tell you, like, I would be in a little ball curled up crying if I had to look through 527 applications. It would be horrible.
Even as a managing attorney, to sit there and look through the 30 that someone else has narrowed down for you, that still is a lot. Whereas here, what I was able to do was put notes on each of those candidates' applications of the ones that I liked as to the reasons why I liked them. And I think that helped save a lot of time, so that you could easily agree or disagree and move them to disqualified. And if they were disqualified, they would, get an email.
Yeah. And I'm happy to report, everyone, that my executive assistant, that from that pool of candidates, actually started with up-leveling your business this morning. So we use the process in live time, and that's what we did in the boot camp. We had each business that came in pick somebody they wanted to hire, and literally in the 6-week boot camp, we walked them through and got them so that they had the ad up, the going through the criteria, the onboarding university getting built out. But yes, the applicant tracking system is just absolutely been a game changer. And I've got to tell you, Jaclyn, sometimes we're also looking for a marketing coordinator. Here, I'm going to put any marketing coordinators out there. We are hiring.
And that's one where we really need technical skills. So by being able to sort by their years of experience, do they have project management experience, and putting in filters that apply to this position that are more technical. A lot of people have experience, education, and personality, but you can go even further as for how many years of project management experience. Do you have social media experience? Mm-hmm. Those types of experience, you're able to create those customized filters, and then the written interview be very customized as well.
Yeah. And I loved being able to see your comments in there as you found different things in there. You were able to like showcase, because sometimes like I'd look at something quickly, be like, hey, look at this part or look at this part. And I've got to say, I've loved from the written interview questions, the videos we've gotten back, so many great things that have shown us like the skill sets of these people. Right. Oh, love what Marcella said here. Huge time saver. Yes, the ATS is a huge time saver because I don't have to go back through all the ones that you've gone through, and you can go through the ones and say, okay, disqualified or, hey, this is qualified. Great way to find shining candidates. Yes, Megan. I know Megan and I were talking about some of the great people that we saw come through the system, but those really superstars really come to the top and makes it so much easier to track and to be able to go back and look at our notes, because sometimes it's been a week or so before we're able to finalize our plan. So yes, thank you, Megan. So yes, if anybody is looking, marketing coordinators, we're looking for you. We've still got a job ad out there. Check us out, uplevelingyourbusiness.com, and we'll get you the link to the ad if you're interested. But yeah, so what would you say? I mean, Jaclyn, we talk to a lot of business owners. What are some of the comments that you hear from them in terms of like what they're trying to accomplish, what they're trying to do?
As far as what the recruiting is, they're really trying to find people that are aligned in their mission, that share similar passion for what they're doing. And the way that they're creating that is looking at their mission statement and letting people know why they do what they do, and trying to find others that want to do the same types of things for the same reasons. And when you have that similar personality in your brand and in your culture, it just makes it easier to all work together because you all have a similar passion. So when our people in the bootcamp started to record these videos and to really think about their core values and what that meant to them and publishing that with their ads, they were really impressed with what they were learning about themselves as they were doing this assignment.
Yeah, and I loved it.
I think also
oh, sorry, go ahead.
We had a little blip. And then the other thing is the amount of documents that they got. That was another thing that they couldn't believe how much we had already done for them. And that really what they were doing was just putting their brand, their personality, their style into the customized documents. And then they had job descriptions, ads, interview questions, checklists for their onboarding. They had their agendas. They had their KPIs, their scorecards, their reviews. They were like, wow, all these documents, they were just tremendous value.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of our job, is to try to help fast track the build for our clients. I mean, it's all about busy business owners and trying to help them get the tools they need so they can boom start using them, right? Like you said, just customize and go and get them in there. I love the hiring and onboarding bootcamp. The Who Shall Do What by When bootcamp has been a tremendous success. We're actually super excited. We opened up the beta group today. We made some tweaks from alpha group to beta group. That's kind of the typical thing. You get out there, you test it, you try it, you make some tweaks. And if anybody's interested, ping us, private message us, because so many great things that we get you through in 6 weeks. So if we haven't opened it up to the full public yet, so private message us and we'll see about doing it. Oh, Megan said, such a great way to make clear to candidates what candidates would find in the company as an employee. Yes, I mean, part of your applicants, part of your job as an employer is to attract the right person. And part of what their job is to figure out, is this someplace I want to work, right? That's a big part of it. So
yeah, they don't want to start somewhere that they don't believe.
Yeah. So, hey, Jen put in there this is the hiring onboarding bootcamp beta for anybody that wants that. We plug that in, at least in Facebook. We'll get that out on the other platforms as well. If you are interested in one of there's only a few of the beta spots that we're opening up before we'll next month open it up to the public. But yeah, I mean, an applicant tracking system, just to go back, is it's just such a big game changer. It saves you probably 20 hours every time you hire somebody from here on out. And so it's just like, build it once, everybody, and then automate it, right? Build it and automate it. So I'm putting that in there right now. Automate it. Me and my banners. Love my banners. Go banners. All right. So Jaclyn, what you were there with us on week 6 of the boot camp when we heard from some of the people. What were some of the other nuggets that they really loved out of the boot camp? I mean, there were so many, but I'm trying to remember what were a couple of the ones. I know some of them were, they were like, I never knew it could be this easy with an ATS system. What were some of the other ones they were talking about?
They liked learning from each other. The office, the Facebook, we have a private Facebook group for our boot campers, and they would share some of their videos and be able to comment on it. And they think they really liked having that hive mind where when they could see someone else's video, it gave them an idea of what they wanted to put in theirs and what their team was doing. Different firm administrators that were in there for the businesses were communicating with each other too. So it kind of creates this little collaborative group.
Yeah.
And I think that was really valuable for people, and being able to come in and get live feedback from you, to share a document and get your comments on it, which was value that they didn't realize how much it would be to them. You could just live edit at them. And then throughout those conversations, we would pull up, oh, okay, well, let's share with you this. So they were able to get other types of freebies because we're like, oh, well, we have something for you for that. And they were able to just on the spur get another document or something like that could help them with a pain point they were having.
I've got to say that's my favorite part of office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the boot camp is that we get to like in real time, I get to like help people with what they're working on or show them something. And Lizzie, 2 hours later, she had a whole video put together. She was a rock star, like putting it together. And so that's why I love doing this. But yes, systems. I mean, that was the other thing is that we're really helping people build the systems and put the different pieces together so it all works well together. I see one of the Facebook users said systems are clear and concise and easy to follow. That makes it so easy for, new people that are onboarding to go through and learn quickly and effectively. Okay, this is how they want it done. This is what happens. So I know one whole week we worked on systems. People love that too,
and the delegation part of it. Remember one of the office hours, Mario came to it and he's like, I finally got to tell my teacher I paid somebody to do my homework. And he was just so proud of himself because he's like, I'm not really having to do anything. She's doing it all. And it just helped her realize too, when he signed her up, she's like, not another thing. And then it turned out, she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yeah. This helped save me so much time. And they've onboarded like 5 people now.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. I just think an ATS system is one of those things that 90% of the world doesn't even know it exists yet. And they're like in awe when someone shows them how to use it and gives them all the templates. They can just like, boom, get it done. And then onboarding universities, we all mean to get to it. We all intend to get to it someday, and we don't always get to it. And so, that was why we put together the boot camp, like feet to the fire. Let's get this done. Let's hurry up. Let's build it out. So it's been cool. But yeah, I hope that somebody out there is hearing this and saying, yes, I need the help. Megan saying hiring isn't an easy task, and this program is such a substantial gift to all the growing businesses. Awesome, Megan. I know Megan was in there personally in the boot camp several nights, checking it out. Following along and seeing, hearing everybody rave about, every week was filled with new nuggets of information. But yes, hiring isn't easy, but it can be if you have the whole automation set up. It's pretty awesome. So,
and starting from a template gives you somewhere to go. Like you can just use it as it is. For the first one, have them help you innovate, customize it, make it yours.
Well, and I think that's the point Jen was making, is that a lot of people think when they do learn of ATS systems, like, oh, that's only for big firms, big companies, right? And listen, it's great time-saving solution for all businesses. I mean, it's even if you're just hiring one person, it's well worth the time and energy to get in there and do it. So it's definitely a game changer. So awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jaclyn, for jumping on today and having a little discussion with us, and love being able to help showcase and give good nuggets for other people, what they need to be working on. And for anybody out there that is wanting to automate their hiring and build out their onboarding university, private message us, put something in the messaging, we'll reach out, and we're here. There's a few spots available for beta before we open up to the general public. So if you want in on this right away, you want in on a special deal as well, private message us and we'll see what we can do to get you in. So Jaclyn, any final comments before? I've got one from Megan. This program is next level. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, I would just say get it done. Don't put it off any longer. A lot of people are hiring and onboarding, and just we've done the work for you. It's just very easy. Just take the time to commit to the few things that you need to do. It's about 4.5 hours a week, and half hour of that's office hours. And a lot of it can be delegated to your staff. So don't delay. We've got it ready for you. Just hop on a call and we can show you some information.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me today. And hey, everybody, have a good and productive week, and message us for more information on the hiring and onboarding bootcamp. We're here to help. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.